I honestly don't think I've seen an anime do what I Parry Everything just did in its 7th episode, because I've seen plenty of anime guilds, being a part of a guild, going adventuring, doing quests, and even people getting thrown away and fired for, breaking the rules or being a bit of a bad guy. And maybe I have seen something that's done something similar, but if I have, it's been far long enough where I've watched too much anime in between. Or it just isn't common enough that maybe I haven't seen the anime in question. But characters who go against maybe what is accepted in a guild typically get their ass fired, or sometimes they end up dead because they picked the wrong fight. We're going up against someone named Deadman Zabu over here, right? And this dude, you show that image to an anime fan or non-anime fan, they probably think Assassin's Guild, assassin, or just bad dude. Turns out he's actually pretty neutral, and we'll get into that in a bit. But the idea of dividing a guild, so almost having a round table meeting, you have people who would be responsible for keeping the order. There's always rules to anime guilds. Probably don't attack other members, follow the code of conduct, whatever it is. And if you break it, you typically get fired. You get your license revoked and you are thrown away. And usually that progresses them to be more and more of a bastard. In this case, nothing happened with him because they were divided. And I honestly don't recall seeing something like this happen. Even in Goblin Slayer, right? Like, people got their ass thrown out because they broke the rules. But in this case, the dude was so effective, brought in so much money, he accepts literally any quest as long as it pays well, and always got the job done. And you might want to say, but he killed 36 people in a family. Yeah, that's pretty bad. I don't think most people would deny it. But the idea of not thinking any member in your guild is talented enough to stop him, he makes us money, and actually will take on literally any job. The fact that they just put him on the back burner because they didn't know what to do with him, because they didn't think they could do anything, but let alone he's also a very talented S-rank adventurer, they just kind of let him exist. I don't think I've ever seen that before. It's always they fire their ass, and then it becomes a bigger issue. That's freaking fantastic, and I honestly don't think I've seen that before. Now, of course, I do have full live reactions over on Patreon. If you want to see my full and good thought to any of these I Parry Everything episodes, it's going to be over there exclusively. So, I think this was the best episode of the 7, hands down. And honestly, with the big reveal, the big chaos dragon in the sky, we could have an even better episode next week. That dragon looks good, and I don't know if they'll be able to keep it fully hand-drawn or not, because that's a complicated character design, but damn does it look cool right now. I actually would argue 7 was probably the best produced as well. Like, this Deadman guy, like, he was running, he was jumping, he was doing some pretty cool maneuvers. And honestly, the production just was magnificent. But I'm gonna be honest, I totally expect most people will probably just be like, damn, this dude's an evil bastard, I can't wait to see his downfall. I like him. I honestly hope at some point in the story, Nor and him get to fight alongside each other. There's something, like, the dude's, he's got a part of him that's half evil, man. Like, he can't go around killing 36 people. But at the same time, if you're gonna tell me a character's, like, more neutral than anything, like, this is the type of guy that, based on what they're saying, if you offered him a slaughter 5 babies questline for 100 gold, or save 6 babies for 105 gold, he would take the 105 and saving the babies quest because it pays more. Not because of anything moral, like, oh, I wanted to save a life. No. You switch the price tags around, he would slaughter 5 because it pays more. That is the type of character. And if you want to say that's evil, I mean, I can understand the argument, but he actually does come across as wherever the money goes. He is truly just follows the money, but at the same time, you can tell he's very intrigued by Nor because of the fact that this is probably the first fight that he's ever had to retreat from. And it didn't really come across that he was scared. It was a mixture of, it's hard as hell to replace the blades I keep breaking, but honestly, I have no idea how to deal with you right now. I'm gonna tap out for now, but I really do look forward to our next Rumble. That's really what it felt like. It's just such a fun character, and I think going up against, of all people this man could have threw hands with and been stumped with, he went up against someone that, as he is attempting to kill our boy, and he breaks his blade, he's like, oh boss, do you want me to pay for that? And I'm like, my cinnamon roll. You dumb cinnamon roll. I see people every week criticize how stupid he is. And I don't understand how you get this far into this show and not appreciate his obliviousness. Like, that's what it is. Like, the fact that you can have a functioning adult of a character who continues to clear the main quest line without realizing it, because at this point he still thinks he's fighting frogs and cows, and just to have those one-liners sends me every freaking time. But so basically, this man, we start the episode with, I'm taking Rolo. Why do you want Rolo? I mean, you're saying you expected Rolo to be dead already. Yeah, but if I bring this kid back, you know, alive, I'll get more money because the person I'm selling to will have more fun that way. But if the kid's dead, that's fine. And I'm like, damn. And then when you add in the reveal of why this character hasn't been took out yet, one, because there isn't anyone to really take him out, and then two, such an effective S-rank adventure, it's like, holy hell, man. You could criticize the argument of letting someone like that run free, but that's such an interesting plotline the more I think of it. And honestly, just like the fight itself, like there was so many times like there'd be these dramatic like blink and you miss it moments, but like how fast he'd run around and then just pop up like he's trying to sucker punch Nor. I just love it because like half of the reason I'm pretty sure most of those blades broke were because of this legendary sword that I guess the world doesn't actually know a lot about, which is really cool, but also because of how strong our boy is. It's really cool at one point, so we know he can throw rocks quite well, so the idea of taking the teeth and like the claws and stuff from the dragon we dealt with, having a brief opening from the portals and then whipping it to destroy the blades in the sky, such a cool idea. And I actually liked what they did with Enos, because she's ultimately, her mission is to protect the princess, but I like how there came a point in this fight where she actually requested to be able to do more, by asking the princess, is it okay to do this? Like, we're actually seeing like they're all breaking out of their shell at an appropriate pace, and just what an effective episode. And probably has one of the funniest things that Nor's ever said. As he's leaving, the princess is talking about how like, man, my master's so cray, he's probably lost in thought, he's just always thinking one step ahead, and then he's like, damn, I really would have liked to try that frog. My boy belongs in Delicious in Dungeon. I feel like he could have a conversation with Senshi and just relate on a spiritual level. I swear to God. Just fantastic. Like, this show is legitimately getting better. It's a hell of a cliffhanger. Very excited to see what Nor and the gang are going to do. But just an absolute banger of an episode. I'm loving this show. And as stupid as Nor is, I wouldn't have it any other way because he actually is a functioning MC. He's just damn oblivious. Now, of course, those are my feelings. Let me know what you're thinking down below. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around here, of course, ring that bell, and like I mentioned, we got those full live reactions over on Patreon, and hey, while you're over there, I'll also give you a video shout out. Alright, so today we got Davon, 10 Crazy, Steven, Jean He, Austin Fernand, Rookie, Omega Alpha 83, and we also have Winter Naomi Vera. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care, and you'll have a good one.